6 November 2024. আমি ডিসকাস কৰিম দ্য কাৰেণ্ট এফেয়াৰ্ছ ফ্ৰম দ্য হিন্দু, দ্য ইণ্ডিয়ান নিউজ আৰু আছাম ট্ৰিবিউন নিউজ পেপাৰ। আমি যোৱা কেইদিনমান কাৰেণ্ট এফেয়াৰ্ছ আপডেট দিব পৰা নাছিলোঁ। যিখিনি আমি কৰিব পৰা নাছিলোঁ সেইখিনি আমি নেক্সট ফিউ ডেজত আপডেট দি দিম। অ'কে, ফৰ দ্য ডিলে উই চিনচিয়াৰলি এপলজাইজ। Now the topics are very important also for the interview perspective. আৰম্ভণিতে আমি আসাম পাৰ্ট কাৰেণ্ট এফেয়াৰ্ছখিনি চাই লওঁ। তাতে আমাৰ প্ৰথমটো হ'ব দ্য আনলকিং দ্য আসামছ পিচিকালচাৰ পটেঞ্চিয়েল। নাও আমি জানো যে অসমৰ এৰাউণ্ড 70% of the population is dependent upon agriculture and around 22% of the GSDP, right? আৰু as per recent report অসমত এতিয়া এগ্ৰিকালচাৰ এটাটো হ'ল the numbers of population dependent upon agriculture increase হৈছে, আৰু ছেকেণ্ড থিং আমাৰ আউটপুট প্ৰডাকশ্যন ইনক্ৰিজ হ'বলৈ আৰম্ভ কৰিছে। ইট ইজ এ অল ইণ্ডিয়া চিমিলাৰ ট্ৰেণ্ড এটা দেখিবলৈ পৰা গৈছে পষ্ট ক'ভিড। নাও পিচিকালচাৰ অৰ ফিচাৰিজ it has lots of potential in Assam. Why? Because in the region there are around 2.8 lakh hectares of water area which is numerous rivers and ponds. Our logote, the Brahmaputra and the Barak have a total of 53 tributaries. So definitely the region has lots of potential. Our jodi ami sao, in the recent times there is around 6% growth in terms of fish production. Okay, numbers are important. আৰু লগতে সোশিও ইকনমিক কণ্টেক্সৰ পৰা আমাৰ অসমৰ কাৰণে বহুতেই বেছি ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট। এ লাৰ্জ পাৰ্ট অফ দ্য পপুলেশ্যন ইজ ডিপেণ্ডেণ্ট আপন দ্য ফিচিকালচাৰ। According to statistics, the production of the state witnessed a notable uptick in the recent years. Now, key factors why there is increase. Eta hol there are many modern techniques. যেনেকে recently কিছুমান এৰিয়াত যেনেকে মৰিগাঁৱত আৰম্ভ কৰা হৈছে কেজ কালচাৰ ফৰ ফিছ প্ৰডাকশ্যন। চিমিলাৰলি ইঞ্চুৰেঞ্চ যেনেকৈ এটা আছে টাইপ অফ ইঞ্চুৰেঞ্চ ইজ এ পেৰামেট্ৰিক ইঞ্চুৰেঞ্চ। তো পেৰামেট্ৰিক ইঞ্চুৰেঞ্চ ৱাজ অলছ' ষ্টাৰ্টেড ইন আছাম ফৰ দ্য ফাৰ্ষ্ট টাইম ইন ইণ্ডিয়া। অ'কে, অলছ' দ্য একুৱাকালচাৰ টেকনলজি এটচেট্ৰা হেজ হেল্পড। লগতে গভৰ্ণমেণ্টৰ ইনিচিয়েটিভ যেনেকৈ প্ৰধানমন্ত্ৰী মৎস্য সম্পদা যোজনা, আৰু অসমৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত ঘৰে ঘৰে পুখুৰী ঘৰে ঘৰে মাছ। অ'কে, আৰু the rise of fish production has not only contributed to the economic growth of the state but also positively impacted food security. যিহেতু fish is rich in protein, vitamins, essential fatty acids, etc. Recently, one mobile application named 𝐓𝐨𝐢𝐳 was developed by National Informatics Center. Okay, য'ত জিঅ' টেগিং কৰা হৈছে the assets created under ঘৰে ঘৰে পুখুৰী ঘৰে ঘৰে মাছ। Okay, so 𝐓𝐨𝐢𝐳 is important for prelims perspective. Next, Assam's potential. Now why? First of the South fish farming practices. কি আছে? এটা হ'ল hatchery মানে কি হয়? These are like nurseries where fish eggs are hatched and nurtured before being transferred to larger ponds. Next is monofish culture, য'ত only one variety of fish is cultivated. Next is composite fish farming, য'ত around 4 to 5 varieties are cultivated. Pedicam fish culture is an integrated culture. Next is bill fishery, যিটো আমি bills etc. আমি পাওঁ। Now new potential কি হয়? এটা হ'ল advent of scampi. Now কি হয়? The introduction of the giant freshwater prawn known as scampi can play a significant role in Assam's aquaculture. Scampi is the largest and the most widely cultured prawn species globally due to its high commercial value and preference in taste among the consumers. Next to whole integrated farming and enhanced productivity. Under the APART scheme, government আৰম্ভ কৰিছে the integrated farming. Okay, য'ত লেটছে পিগাৰী ফিচাৰী আৰু আমাৰ খেতি তিনিটা একেলগে কৰা হয়। Successful some pilot projects যেনেকৈ World Fish India in collaboration with Department of Fisheries Assam introduced freshwater prawn carp polyculture funded by World Bank funded APART. Okay, so also the aquaculture. So definitely the potential is very high, but then also we don't have the self security. তাৰমানে আমি বেলেগৰ পৰা ইম্পৰ্ট কৰিব লগা হয়। Okay, so definitely there are lots of potential. আৰু গভৰ্ণমেণ্টে ভেৰিয়াছ ইনিচিয়েটিভ আৰম্ভ কৰিছে, যেনেকৈ এটা হ'ল মৎস্য সম্পদা যোজনা, এপাৰ্ট ইনিচিয়েটিভ, পেৰামেট্ৰিক ইঞ্চুৰেঞ্চ, কেজ কালচাৰ ইনিচিয়েটিভ ফৰ ফিচাৰিজ আৰু ফিছ চিড ইনিচিয়েটিভ। নাও মেইনছৰ কাৰণে প্ৰেক্টিছ কুৱেশ্যন হ'ব পাৰে। ডিছকাছ দ্য কণ্ট্ৰিবিউশ্যন এণ্ড ইম্পৰ্টেঞ্চ অফ ফিচাৰী ছেক্টৰ ইন আছামছ ইকনমি, how the new initiatives such as cage culture, aquaculture, etc. is expected to help the sector to become self-sufficient. Now, self-sufficient বা food security আমাৰ 5টা keyword আছে। এটা হ'ল availability of the foods, accessibility of the foods, then affordability. ইয়াৰ লগতে আমাৰ আহিব sustainability আৰু zero waste. Okay, 5 key terms. তো আপোনালোকে প্ৰেক্টিছ কৰিব পাৰে। The next topic is sanctuary status of the Garbhanga forest. Now 2022 there was a notification regarding declaration of the Garbhanga wildlife sanctuary. So Garbhanga বুলি কোৱা হয় reserve forest is located in Assam Meghalaya hilly terrain border near Guwahati. In a notification of then Governor of Assam Jagadish Mukhi, in exercise of the powers conferred under Section 18 of the Wildlife Protection Act as amended up to date, the Governor of Assam is pleased to declare its intention to constitute the land described in the scheduled area as Garbhanga Wildlife Sanctuary. After that, total of 117 square kilometers of land in Rani or Garbhanga Reserve Forest will be expected to be designated as a wildlife sanctuary. Okay. Aru Governor then had additionally appointed Deputy Commissioner of Government Metro District as Collector to inquire into and evaluate the existence, nature, and extent of the rights of any person in or over land included in the limits. But later in 2023, state government took a U-turn and cancelled the preliminary notification in September last year. Now, what is the issue? As per the PIL submitted in the High Court, under Section 18 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, once a preliminary notice is issued declaring an area as wildlife sanctuary, it attains the status of protected area. Any decision to reverse the status, either through a denotification or cancellation, can be implemented only be issued after approval of the National Board of Wildlife and that of Supreme Court. Okay, so this is the issue going on now. It can be important for the APSC upcoming interview. Next is Digholipukhuri issue. Okay, now High Court notice to government to make stand clear by November 11th. Now, history of Digholipukhuri. So, Digholipukhuri is a rectangular pond in Guwahati's Ambari. Okay, as per the written history, Pragyatisপুৰ king Bhagadatta's daughter Bhanumati and Duryodhans সেই সময়ত তেওঁলোকৰ বিবাহৰ সময়ত ওকে তো ইয়াত আমাৰ টেষ্টিমনিটো আছে। Then Rai Bahadur Kanaklal Borua in his book Early History of Kamrupa mentioned that Digholipukhuri in the town can be referred to as the main existing monument of the ancient city and believed to date back to the time of King Bhagadatta Pragyatispu. Okay. It was dug by Bhagadatta for his daughter Bhanumati's Swayamvar. It was also said by the historians that Digholipukhuri from the time of Bhaskar Barman in 7th century till the annexation of Assam by British after Yandebu Treaty was a nauhal where boats were kept, repaired or probably manufactured. Kumudeshwar Hazarika in his book Itihasar Purani Guwahati mentioned that Digholipukhuri was connected to Brahmaputra on the north and with Solabil on the south. However, during the British times, the bulk of the northern end of Digholipukhuri was filled up, on which there is Circuit House and the Guwahati High Court. Now, recent court order. Guwahati High Court directed the Chief Secretary of the State to file an affidavit detailing alternative proposals for the upcoming flyover near Digholipukhuri. Now, the PIL challenged the construction of the 2 new roads, Tayabulda Road and West Digholipukhuri Road, designed to connect with an elevated corridor on GNB Gopinath Bordle Road in Guwahati. Okay, so jihetu yate bhalekhini কথা আছে আৰু as per Global Forest Watch, Assam in the last 20 years has lost the highest amount of forested area in India in the last 20 years. Okay, so it's a matter of concern. So interview karone important hobo pare, mains karone important hobo pare. Now, forest encroachment, the similar topic. According to Global Forest Watch, Guwahati lost over 12 square kilometers of tree cover from 2001 to 2023, equivalent to 4.3% decrease in tree cover since 2000. Global Forest Watch is an open source application to monitor forest and climate across the globe in near real time. So the tree cover lost, যদি আমি চাওঁ অসমত highest হয় among the northeastern states. Okay. The northeast region has lost around 17,650 square kilometers of tree cover during the said period, which is around 12 times the size of Delhi. As per data, Assam has lost the highest tree cover in the country, followed by Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, etc. Okay. Now, a part of our important hope are means of khetrot. So there are lots of data given in this article. You can keep it for the means perspective. Next is arsenic pollution. According to the latest report of Central Groundwater Board, 21 states across the India have pockets with arsenic levels higher than the BIS stipulated permissible limit. The states among the Ganga, Brahmaputra, Meghna basin, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, and Assam are the worst affected by this human amplified geogenic occurrence. About 1.6 million of the population in Assam are affected by the arsenic contamination in groundwater. Now, arsenic is naturally occurring substance that found in air, water, and soil. It can also be released into the environment by certain agricultural and industrial processes such as mining, metal smelting, etc. It comes into two forms, organic and inorganic, which are highly toxic in its inorganic form. Now, poisoning, it can occur when one take high levels of arsenic, drinking contaminated water. Symptoms ki hoy vomiting, nausea, diarrhea, etc. Long-term exposure can cause skin changes such as darkening and etc. Applications: arsenic is well-known poisons. Okay, rat poisoning can use kora hoy. Used as doping agent in semiconductors for solid-state devices. Okay. So 2020 means of question asle regarding water quality in Assam. So arsenic pollution is one of the important factors. Next is annual rental growth rate. Guwahati records highest annual rental growth in high streets in India. So Guwahati recorded highest annual growth rate among the 29 cities with 38% year-on-year increase. Okay, Guwahati kiman ase 38%, Delhi 33%, Bangalore 20%. Guwahati's retail market. The city's retail expansion is not limited to high streets. Guwahati is a significant opportunity for shopping center developers to address the growing demand for retail spaces. The city's shopping center density stands at just 76 square meters per 1,000 people, compared to 175 per 1,000 in Bangalore. Okay, so our mains are kind of important, interview kind of important. The next is regarding the recent Supreme Court judgment. State has no right to acquire every private property. So, what are the key questions? Supreme Court deliberated on two key questions on private property. First of all, existence of Article 31C. It's a special provisions. Supreme Court examined whether Article 31C, which pertains to property rights, remain valid despite amendments and court rulings that have affected its scope. Next to interpretation of Article 39 subclause B. Supreme Court also deliberated on the question whether the government can categorize privately owned property as material resources of the community. So this phrase is important. Okay. Now, what criteria should be used to determine if a privately owned resources qualifies as material resource of the community? So yat court ki kole eta hol purpose and public utility. Privately owned resources may be classified as material resource of the community if they are essential for social welfare, addressing collective needs, or fulfilling significant public purposes such as energy, water, land, critical for infrastructure. Proportionality and fairness, or economic impact and control. How might this decision influence future legal interpretation? Refined scope of Article 39 Clause B. Future legislation under Article 39 Clause B must specifically justify how resources qualify as material resources of the community. So prelims kind of important hoy, mains kind of important hoy, interview kind of important. Increase judicial scrutiny on property rights. Aru potential for policy revisions. Okay, so amar khubei important hoy. Next is Supreme Court upholds UP Madrasa Act. Now, কিহৰ কাৰণে? Because important 2020 আসাম গভৰ্ণমেণ্টে আনিছিলে দ্য আসাম এবলিশ্যন এক্ট আৰু তাৰ পিছত অসমত যিবোৰ সংস্কৃত টোল আছে সেইখিনি আমি কুমাৰ ভাস্কৰ বৰ্মন সংস্কৃত ইউনিভাৰ্চিটি নলবাৰীলৈকে ট্ৰান্সফাৰ কৰা হ'ল কণ্ট্ৰলখিনি আৰু মাদ্ৰাছা যিখিনি প্ৰাইভেটলি আছে তেওঁলোকে থাকিব পাৰিব বাট গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট মাদ্ৰাছাত কি হ'ব ৰিলিজিয়াছ টিচিং হ'ব নোৱাৰে why as per article 28 it is not allowed. The court in this case declared that provisions concerning higher education, specifically at the 𝐕𝐴𝐺𝐻, means undergraduate and 𝐴𝐴 postgraduate levels, were unconstitutional. These provisions conflicted with the UGC Act 1956, falling under the center's exclusive jurisdictions, as per entry 66 of the Union List in the 7th Schedule, Article 246. The judgment stated that the Act was consistent with the state's duty to ensure that students in recognized madrasas acquire a minimum level of competency. This ensures they can participate effectively in society and earn a living. The court emphasized that while minorities have the right under Article 30 to establish and manage educational institutions, the right is not absolute. So, prelims are again important. Article 30 is not absolute. The state has a legitimate interest in maintaining educational standards in minority institutions and can impose regulatory conditions. The court interpreted education in the concurrent list, broad list, stating that while madrasa impart religious education, that their primary purpose is educational, bringing them within the ambit of the entry. Okay. Also, our Article 28 it gets violated. To the coming government institution, ৰিলিজিয়াছ টিচিং দিবলৈ আৰম্ভ কৰোঁ চ' 2020 আসাম এবলিশ্যন এক্ট চিমিলাৰ হয় এটা এছপেক্ট আমাৰ ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হ'ব পাৰে দ্য নেক্সট টপিক ইজ উইকিপিডিয়া ইছ্যু নাও initially 2 months before there was a dispute with ANI and Wikipedia. Why? Defamatory description. The Asian News International sued Wikipedia due to being described as a source of government propaganda. Wikipedia page on ANI claimed that initially served as propaganda tool for central government. Specific allegations. ANI was accused of distributing materials from fake news websites and misreporting events. Editor. Wikipedia's ANI page faced continuous edits by users after new reports scrutinized ANI's credibility in 2020. Lawsuit. ANI found these claims defamatory and demanded 2 crore in damages. Recent update. Union government has issued a notice to online encyclopedia Wikipedia asking to explain why it should be treated as an intermediary rather than publisher. Here, because intermediary হোৱাৰ লগালগ under section 79A of the IT Act 2000 there is a safety clause বা safe harbor বুলি কোৱা হয় safe harbor clause বুলি কোৱা হয়. As per the IT Act, intermediaries are companies that receive, store and transmit information created by third parties, while publishers are online entities that create content. Intermediaries were not liable for third party that they host in their platforms and are thus shielded from criminal action. Intermediaries, however, have to exercise due diligence and reasonable care to ensure that their users do not post any illegal content. Okay, so it can be important. Article 19. Freedom under. Okay. Next is international relations, India-Canada issue. Now, কিহৰ কাৰণে issue the debate is in this article? The Khalistan shadow over India-Canada relations over the years. During militancy in Punjab, 1982, Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, the father of current Prime Minister, declined to extradite Talvinder Singh Parmar, accused of killing 2 police officers in Punjab. In 1984, afterward, Operation Blue Star bolstered the Khalsa movement among the diaspora. 1985, Babar Khalsa orchestrated the bombing of Air India Kanishka in June 1985, which resulted in 331 civilian deaths. Post 2015, Justin Trudeau's proximity to individuals sympathetic to Khalistans. 2017, then Punjab Chief Minister Amrinder Singh refused to meet Canadian Defence Minister, accusing him of associating with separatists. In 2018, India got aggravated when Jaspal Atul, convicted of attempting to assassinate Indian Cabinet Minister in 1986, was invited to dine with the Canadian Prime Minister. So, India and Canada relations got stressed due to the Khalistan shadow. Okay, so India Canada kind of important, interview kind of important. However, now regarding that, it is very, very important. There is a cyclical slowdown. India's economy has likely entered a cyclical growth slowdown, and growth may slip below 6.7% as per the Nomura economist. Now, cyclical and structural slowdowns are often terms often used to describe the nature and causes of economic slowdown. Cyclical slowdown definition is cyclical slowdown occurs due to fluctuations in economy's business cycle, which has phases of expansion, peak, recession, and recovery. Cause it is due to short-term factors like consumers' demand, interest rates, inflation, business cycle, etc. Duration temporary. Example, during a recession, consumer spending declines leading to decreased production and economic activities. Now, structural slowdown, a structural slowdown is more prolonged and fundamental decline in economic growth, resulting in deep-rooted changes. Due to long-term issues such as demographic changes, low productivity, outdated infrastructure, or shifts in global trade patterns. Duration long-lasting. Okay. Now, what can cause cyclical slowdown? Bad weather, inflation, global upheavals, currency volatility, high oil prices, etc. And structural reason income, savings, bank deposits, creating business confidence, etc. There is a recent dip. Okay. Now, how important is private consumption in GDP growth? The private consumption contributes over 55 to 60% to GDP and was the force behind India's rapid recovery after global turmoil in 1997 and 2008. But Indian economy is facing the sharpest decline in savings rate in 20 years, about 30% of the GDP having fallen it is about 30% of the GDP having fallen from 38% in 2008. Okay. Now, key difference. Cyclical slowdowns are due to short-term business cycle, structural are due to fundamental issues. Policy response. Cyclical slowdowns can often be managed by short-term policies like interest rate adjustment. Structural slowdowns, however, require long-term reforms. Reversibility. Cyclical slowdowns tend to self-correct. Structural needs significant economic restructuring. Aru. Cyclical slowdown is like a temporary dip in economic activity, while structural one is long-term challenges. Okay. Next is science tech. That is a tardigrades. Now, space out put for it's a kind of a space out survive etc. They were in the news. Tardigrades are commonly known as water bears or moss piglets. They are microscopic aquatic animals that have the ability to survive some of the harshest conditions on Earth and even in the vacuum of space. Discovered in 1773 by German zoologist John August 𝐓𝐸. They earned the nickname Little Water Bears due to their resemblance to tiny plump segmented animals. Okay. Tardigrades radiation resistance, genetic adaptation. So they are unique, and out of their genes, 30% unique to tardigrades that activate under radiation to protect and repair the DNA. So they have genetic adaptation against the radiation. Okay. Next, DNA repair mechanism under a specific protein TRID1 to quickly repair DNA double strand breaks caused by radiation. Mitochondrial and DNA repair proteins produces proteins crucial for mitochondrial function and DNA repair. Antioxidant pigments produces betalains that neutralize harmful chemicals generated by radiation, preventing cellular damage. So in future biotechnology, our kind of very important hope. Next is team from IIT Madras arrives in state to inspect 𝐤𝐵𝐺𝐻 schemes. Okay. Now again, Bornihart recorded most pet equi in days. So last year also it was in the news. Important hope. Morigaon DC honored with Homage Bundu title. Wokha town comes alive with 𝐓𝐸𝐵𝐻 festival. Okay, कार होय? It's a premium festival of the Lotha Nagas. And last one to hold, India sends letter of intent to host 2036 Olympic Games. Okay, तो आज ही current affairs इमान किनी